come through with a couple. Your line was pretty dominant in the O-zone tonight. What stands out for you?
Yeah, I think it's just a whole depth of our team. I think we can roll four lines so good, and our line personally, I think when we're using our speed, on their defensemen, quick on the puck, that's when we're successful.
After a scoreless first period, what was the difference in the second where it did start to open up?
Yeah, well, they're really good at home in their starts, so I think we kind of weathered the storm there, and we were playing good throughout the first, and just kind of stuck with it, and we got faster in the second.
Was there any frustration creeping in for you at all, having not gotten going before this?
Not really. I think, the team was scoring, and I knew if I was, kept working hard, the results will come.
How would you describe the move and the assist that led to Scheifele's goal?
Yeah, it was a good play. Wheels chipped it out to Scheif, and Scheif kind of pulled both those guys to him, and just kind of reactionary play, just pull it to my backhand, and then Scheif did the rest, buried it.
What does this make in your young career this night?
Yeah, it's it's a big game for us, and kind of setting ourselves up good here, but just trying to stay in the moment and focus on the next game.
When did you know you were going to go back with Mark and Blake? When did you know you were going to go back to those guys at the top line?
They told us morning skate.
What's it like? I mean, they tied, they get the one goal, but you answer right back. Describe the emotions when you're able to flip that one in to get that lead.
Right. That's I thought that was a kind of big shift for us to kind of respond. I think Lauz's line had a couple good shifts there too to right after they scored, and that's always key after there's a goal to try to keep the momentum or take it back.
Kyle, to get 6 as a group, but how about at the other end of the ice? What did you think of the way that you guys were able to play around Connor?
Yeah, well, it starts with Connor. He's he's been a backbone the whole year, and he played great again tonight. And yeah, I think we take care of that stuff. We got a lot of firepower to bury on those chances.
So how does it feel to be one win away from a chance to play in the Western Conference Final?
Yeah, don't kind of think about it too much. Try to stay focused here.
Took it to us in the first, but we were out of there 0-0, so we regrouped, and then we're able to get a couple goals and get the lead, and played well with the lead.
What's said in the room when you have a period where it's still 0-0, but
Yeah.
you didn't touch the puck a whole lot?
Keep our composure. I mean, we're doing fine. Scored to 0-0. Obviously, they had more chances, but if we come out in second, it's a new period. And then we just started getting our legs going a little bit more, and we saw the difference for sure.
What do you think turned the momentum? Goal or play a certain way?
A goal obviously makes you take the lead, all of a sudden they got to start pushing to get the equalizer. So the first goal is always huge. I think that probably made the difference.
And then they tied it immediately.
They tied it, yeah, and then
You guys exploded.
yeah, I don't know. We just kind of got our legs underneath us and just starting to play a bit more loose, maybe. So I think that's what happened.
How did you really get going?
Loved our first period. Couldn't disagree with you more.
Okay.
Sorry.
What did you love about it?
It was loud in there. They fed off the energy of the crowd, and thought we were real poised. There was obviously going to be a huge push from them. You have to give them credit. It's a really good team playing in front of their building and feeding off the energy of the crowd. And I thought as the period wore on, started, the game looked more like a hockey game, and came into the room with a lot of confidence.
If you liked your first period, you must have done cartwheels for Connor Hellebuyck's first period then.
He's all right.
Like you've said the whole.
No, I'm. He's been great, obviously all year, and there are going to be moments where he's going to have to stand tall. That's what a good team has. There are going to be times where he doesn't have to do much of anything. There's going to be times where he's going to have to play great. Tonight he had a little bit of both.
Like how about for the other Connor in the game here tonight, a 3-point night, and your line able to finish the night with 8 points combined?
So happy for him. Young player, used to obviously putting the puck in the net, and when it doesn't happen right away, especially in your first taste of playoff action, it can be tough to stay with it. But his confidence hasn't wavered a bit. He's been chomping at the bit, and tonight was his turn. That's the thing we've been telling our young guys is we don't need one guy to be the hero every night. We don't need these guys to score the game-winning goal every night. But at some point, their turn is gonna come, and tonight was his turn.
When a team falls behind you by multiple goals, they have to open up to try and get back in, and it seems like that's when you guys are at your most dangerous. Why?
Well, I think with how we play, we allow our defensemen to be extremely aggressive. They can't do that if our forwards aren't coming back and allowing them to do that. So, we allow them to be aggressive. It makes it really tough to make plays, and these guys move so well. They can move the puck so well. On top of that it just seems to create a lot of odd man situations for us.
Where does that resilience come from, though, Blake? That you guys have really shown in many different opportunities this season.
Well, I think we just have an unwavering confidence in ourselves, and I think we have that because of the depth we have in our team. We rely on every single guy. We had 4 lines playing fast tonight. And you go into a game where it's going to be a tough game, and you have 4 lines and 6 defensemen who can contribute. You can go into that game with a lot of confidence.
Nashville turned this series sort of their style, their way the last game, and we all wondered if you guys could come back and switch it back your way. Is it build confidence in here that your team grabbed the series tonight and played it the way you want to play it?
Well, yeah, there are going to be ebbs and flows, especially when you play the same team, consecutively. It's obviously a really good team over there, so there are going to be times where they dictate. There are going to be times where we dictate. I guess what you try to do is just try to consistently do it more. Just stay with your game plan, don't waver from it. It's what's given us success all year. So I think it was a good sign tonight.
Game where you guys kind of withstood their first period barrage and then took over. What turned it, you think?
I don't think anything turned it. We were just playing our game and we were sticking to it. Obviously, it's a good team over there, and they're going to push, and then we're going to push. We just got to weather the storm, and we believe in the way we're playing, and we just got to continue doing that.
Does that first period feel a bit like game 1 here?
It's hard to say. Every game in itself is different. Every team every game they're pushing and we're pushing, and it's a lot of back and forth. And these teams they're strong, and we just gotta honestly stick to our game, and that's what's gonna get us through the series.
Yeah. Goals can come in bunches with this club. What's it like when you're on the other end watching and you're going to get rolling?
It's fun to watch. It's gotta be more fun at home with our crowd, because I heard they're pretty loud and they get into it pretty good, but it's exciting. It's just an exciting time of year, and I'm really enjoying myself.
So would like to go home and try to clinch this on Monday?
It's going to be awesome. I think our whole fans have been waiting for this for a while, and we just need to, get some rest and get right back to it.
The team seems to show a killer instinct at times. You poured it on there today in the second. I guess you want that on Monday.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you play a game, you want that killer instinct. You want to just continue pressing forward and making sure you're doing the right things.
You haven't lost consecutive games in the series. That sort of mimics the kind of season you guys have had. Like, there's been great resiliency.
Hey, like I said, we believe in the way we're playing, and it's proven itself time in and time out. And we're pretty happy with the way we're playing. We just got to continue getting better and taking strides forward.
Mark, an 8-point night tonight by your line. Kyle's able to get a couple big ones for himself. Just how did you see that trio be able to come alive and get your club a really big win here tonight?
Yeah, you know, it was a big win. You know, we played with each other pretty much all year, so we knew what to expect of each other, and we knew it was going to be a grinder game. So you know, we played hard, and you know, it was obviously awesome to see KC. He was a big time player.
How do you describe his move and assist on your goal?
You know, he's been awesome all year. He's been awesome all playoffs. And that pass and that move was pretty special, and shows just how talented of a player he is.
Mark, what might you have seen from Kyle in the last little while to think he might break out like he did tonight?
You know, sometimes they don't go in for you. You know, he's had his chances. He's been around the puck. He's been making good plays all over the ice, and you know, sometimes they don't go in for you. And you know, it's awesome to see him, you know, continue to battle, especially tonight in a big game like that. You know, to come back and have some big goals, and you know, it wasn't just the goals that he did. He was on the puck. He was working hard, you know, defensively in the neutral zone and especially in the offensive zone. So, you know, definitely happy for him.
What was the biggest difference for your group in the final 40 minutes?
You know, we just stuck to our game plan. You know, we knew, you know, the first was a little bit of a grind. They had chances, we had chances, but you know, we knew just to stick to our game plan and stick to what we knew best, and you know, it definitely showed.
What stands out for you in your own end of the ice as well as a group to give up just the 2 goals against?
Yeah, it's big. You know, obviously Bucky back there making some big saves. You know, kept keeping us. Oh, someone's in trouble. But you know, it was a good team effort. You know, we did a good job. You know, sticking to our system and not letting them, you know, get a whole lot. But you know, it was a good team effort.
right inside the line, right? He like all players, kind of. This is true of everybody, but certainly of him. He plays at a certain rate, a certain cadence. So he makes the move at the line. He has the confidence to do it, and that's all. Really, I think young players are looking for in the game, and that set him up, I thought, for the rest of the game. You can play not to make mistakes. That's fine. We all want to play smart hockey, but those kind of players, your really highly skilled guys, have to have a certain amount of risk in their game. And so that maybe I picked the wrong word. They certainly have to have the confidence to make a play that they see. When they're nervous, there's not as much of that. I think he kind of pushed through it on that play. That was the sense that he was going to go.
Is that what you think it was before, nerves? I mean, this is new for him and a lot of other guys.
Yeah, you know what? Look, he played some great hockey for us in the mini-series. Really did. Right? Mark scored a lot of goals because of it, and Blake really It was a really good line. They've had periods where they looked a little tight maybe in this series, but the other team gets paid too, right? So, it's a tighter series. So, but that's what you're looking for. You want those young guys certainly to help you win, but you want them to play the game that they can play.
When you go into the intermission at 0-0, are you surprised that it suddenly evolves into what it did in the second?
Well, 0-0 games they get tighter and tighter until it breaks, and then when it breaks, you want to make sure that you keep that momentum going. But it's a funny word, and I don't believe in momentum a whole heck of a lot. It has to be. There's nothing permanent in professional sports. You've got to recapture it every shift, and we got a good feeling. And at the end of the day, I'll say the same thing. We started to skate better. Whether it's you're breathing different, you're a little bit more relaxed, you have momentum, whatever it is. Our first three strides are better with the puck. We're just a better hockey team.
Well, what made you decide to put Connor back up?
Just have watched it long enough to know it could be good, and in the end, those guys have to do that job. And what the part of our game we didn't like last game was the simplicity of our game. He's a straight line skater. He brings a certain simplicity to that line, and that was pretty much what was going on.
Did you have to do any coaching with these young guys just to kind of, as they're not getting points or goals, on the score sheet, to kind of keep them going?
No.
Say nothing.
Nah, I don't talk to any of them. They got 2 or 3 years in the league. It's like that. Like Jimmy Rutherford said to me, "Hey, did Red Fisher talk to you yet?" I said, "No." He says, "It's going to take you 2 or 3 years before you're in the league, and then he'll talk to you. But when he talks to you, you've made it." So I'm holding out on those guys.
While we talk about
Probably deserve a better answer, or a more honest one, but it is what it is.
You talk about these learning moments through the playoffs because, your team's playoff experience wasn't very deep until this year, and no one knows this team like you, but when you come into a moment like tonight, what's your gut tell you when you get to the rink?
You tell your hockey team what you want from them, and I'm not talking about play hard, skate hard. That's not it. We have a certain way that we play, and that's what you want. There's a certain freedom. It's not casual by any means. It's a hard on the puck game, but it's a bit like Kyle Connor's game. We have to do some things with the puck. We can't be afraid to make mistakes. And that's all you want. You go out there, you win a game, you lose a game. I got one job out here tonight, is to keep all of you from losing your minds on the score, right? I didn't do a very good job last game, so now I got to do a better job tonight. It's not that extreme. So all you want when you come is your team to play with the identity that we all believe it has. This is what we look like. You're going to do that some nights and you're going to lose, but you want it to look that way. Because if you do that, then you never lose confidence even after a loss. We understand the way we play. This is the way we play. For our team, there's a certain amount of speed that has to be there, and there's a certain amount of what you saw out of Kyle Connor tonight.
So it becomes, you know, they didn't let you play that way last game a little bit. I thought that Nashville maybe controlled the way the game was played. Tonight, your team comes out after 20 and you control it. Is there some confidence there in your group that, you know, we're controlling the series now? We're dictating how we play this thing.
So I understand that statement, but I wouldn't have agreed with it. But no coach in the league will, because it will always, for me, be about my team, our team. Please use our instead of my. Our team, how we play. So we would look at that game and say there were things in that game that we did that kept us from looking the way we're supposed to look. And not that we don't give the other team credit. I would remind you that they finished first in the NHL. They're a good hockey team. But we would have looked at it differently than you would.
You guys?
Okay.
Thank you.